All right, welcome back. I am Matt Falby. I'm here in Cincinnati at NXL Event 3. I'm here with Hatch. Hatch, want to introduce yourself to the audience?
Well, what's going on, guys? I'm Steven Hatch. I play for Semi-Pro DMG. I'm also a co-host on From the Sidelines podcast out here in, man, beautiful Cincinnati. The grass is luscious. There's no wind. This is fantastic.
It is beautiful playing conditions out here.
Could not ask for better.
Yeah.
When we go to Chicago, that's great grass, but this is competing with that.
So all you Ohio haters, what's up now, huh? I've had enough with Ohio internet memes. It's done. It finishes today.
I thought the meme was like, oh, we were there 10 years ago at the Great Lakes, so we're coming back 10 years later.
It took them a while. All right, here we go. BR Factory on the left, Texas Demo on your right.
Texas Demo taking Snake off the break.
Demo up the middle to that brick. Easy take.
Aggressive breakout for Demolition, going Snake off the break and that middle brick.
Wow, this is an interesting, very early push by BR Factory up the Dorito side. It is a tough side to push. It immediately pays dividends by blowing out that middle brick.
Definitely, when they get their back center shot out and that's their main eyes looking that way, it's dominoes fall quick.
Wow, run through down the Snake by BR Factory.
Oh!
He's going to take a Snake player with him.
Didn't get the second one.
Still, he's accounted for 2 bodies already. Great movement. BR Factory pushing back up to D3,
so
now into Snake Dorito 2.
Looks like a 4-on-1 against Texas Demolition. BR Factory in the driver's seat. Looking to close that out on this one guy.
I mean, as a coach, the odds say that 1-on-4 is going to lose. I might towel it.
I would definitely towel it.
Just to save him the pain.
Huge point for BR Factory, right? I mean, we just got done playing, and that is a aggressive team, and they are all about pushing.
All right, I'm going to talk meta for a second. What I mean by that is every time I do one of these webcasts, how these fields are played, how these layouts are played, changes over the course of the weekend. All the teams come in going, hey, you know what? Snake side, or in this case, the middle, is the strong push side. We're going to push this side. Don't worry about the Dorito side. It's not strong. What happens is over the course of the weekend, as coaches realize, hey, nobody's paying attention to the weak side, you start sending bodies up there. That BR player should not have been able to get to D3 on essentially the breakout. Nobody's looking that way. So by the end of a weekend here of the NXL, a lot of times I'll see the field basically played even, the push sides become evened out simply for that reason. So
yes, plus one thing I'm noticing on this side is, you know, when you capitalize on that one guy with eyes, they were going to push that side that he should be looking. It's all about recognition here.
All right, Wildside on your left, Kansas City, Missouri Allstars on your right. Missouri's coming out of a wild match against TPP Crew.
Distortion taking the Snake and the brick.
Into the Snake for Kansas City Allstars.
Allstars have definitely been grinding. They want this match really bad.
Distortion coming in 2nd place overall right now for the season. They have a lot on the line here, a couple more strong events. They may be looking at a pro slot. Every point means a lot to them. Oh, that is a great question. The middle player for Wildside takes a hit in the goggle when he's fully behind the brick.
Is that a team kill? Maybe a bounce shot?
It might have been a team kill. He is totally puzzled. I feel your pain, my friend.
Which team is this on the right?
We have Kansas City, Missouri Allstars.
Okay, Allstars, gotcha. This is a great match. These are 2 really talented semi-pro teams that are going to be fighting this out. And Distortion playing them, those guys really like to lay on their guns, lock it up, and then slowly push when the game starts to get long.
Yeah, they're definitely a smart push team.
Absolutely. Multiple of those players coming from the Blast Camp group, and those guys know how to play paintball.
Yeah, the Wildside Distortion roster should be illegal. It's ridiculous how much talent they've accrued.
It's very, very solid roster.
All right, All-Star pushing right into a gun, waiting for him. Great trade. Honestly, All-Star player at a huge disadvantage in that gunfight.
That was a nasty shot by the All-Stars player.
Yeah, a trade was an excellent outcome for him on that one.
Distortion using their comms to find the bodies, making sure they're not making any mistakes, just running into reckless guns.
Michael Unger now the point of the spear, number 67 for Wildside. He could, if he wanted to, drop and crawl up that snake beam to the middle brick. Uh-oh.
Running ref coming in, checking the home player.
A running ref is nature's most dangerous predator. He doesn't get the kill.
All-Stars moving into the Dorito side. into the paintball for purpose bunkers on the Dorito side. I don't know if anybody really saw that move. Oh, now they see it.
Going to switch out. He knew about it. Somebody told him. Wildside's going to spread across from home to that can.
If this can guy fills out, it's going to make it really hard for this Dorito guy to do whatever he wants.
There it is.
I don't think anybody saw him going into the snake. He is sneaky snaking right now.
0 fire on him. All right, both teams mirrored up at that that inside snake wedge. Nobody still has picked up on the Wildside player in the actual snake, too.
Yeah, it seems to be locking up that slanted wedge on the snake side for Allstars, starting to look the cross, and that's definitely how they're going to try to catch that guy going into that 50 wedge.
Here we go.
Boom. Allstars lose their snake guy. That's another body. What is it? 2-on-3 in favor of Distortion.
Now a drop back into the snake over there by Allstars. He gave up that inside wedge to prefer to work down that Dorito side. There it is.
All right, now 3-on-1.
Nate Roberts picking up that Dorito.
Missouri All-Stars, one guy left in the snake. We might see the paint coming. Oh,
there it is.
Concede. Good play.
That was a very clean, methodical push by
Absolutely.
Wildside. Nothing stupid, nothing crazy, nothing risky. Just winning gunfights and continuing to slowly close the noose.
They will control. They're, you know, I mean, semi-pros kind of evolved into a thing where it's like, all right, shoot your pods, shoot your 6 pods, see you in a pod and a loader. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's when the game starts to get really, really interesting.
I actually think, and this is almost going to sound like a negative, at this level of play, these players are so good at every different part of how to be a tournament paintball player that these teams, their identity can morph from point to point. There's very few of these semi-pro teams that are like, hey, we're just a team that only knows how to push. It's really not the case anymore.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, I'd like to make a reference to our BR game, right? Those guys, they went up 3-0. Like, we were not expecting that type of aggression. And then we countered it with our own aggression, hitting our sweet shots, and, you know, that's what ended up needing to happen.
Speaking of aggression, great move by BR Factory.
On
they
their
crossed
side,
the 50.
This is what they like to do.
It's a very, there's an immediate
great
counter.
Great move. Oh, and gets 2. That's
honestly great reversal there by Texas Demo. That's a 2-for-1 in favor.
That's a great way to counter the. Ooh, that guy just got hit going in the snake.
100% a snake arm hit. Oh, and he tried the distraction. He points at his goggles, knowing he's got an arm hit.
He said, "Hey ref, what's that over there?"
Oh my God, that's Sainz. Look at my goggles.
I mean, now Demolition is definitely in. It's a closer point now. What is it? 3-on-2.
Yeah, we have 3 left. Demo for BR Factory. What a gamble up the middle that really backfired on them.
That's the point that their snake guy just needed to play a little slower, not jump into the snake as fast, because then when they get that body, they count those bodies. It's like, all right, take a breath, close the field.
Recollect.
Demolition going down, clearing it out.
It's going to trade. I think it'll trade.
I don't see him getting out.
No.
Oh, he's still pointing at him.
Yeah, okay. No, snake none, sir. Not snake 1, snake none.
It's hard to see that player's number. Is that 33?
A lot of these players have their packs up so high over the numbers, you can't tell.
Last name Boy.
Yeah, B-O-I.
BR player walking off the field like, boys, what happened at that point? What is going on?
Oh, he's complaining about, he believes, that's number 808, Povo. He believes that he got the first shot in.
The hard part about this, if you guys both have paint on you, the ref's going to call you both out. The more you argue, the more you're going to get a penalty.
You might have been in the booth for me saying this once before for the refs. If you, as a player, everybody shot somebody first. The laws of time and physics says one ball arrived at the other player before the other one. But what the refs need is a time gap, meaning it has to be distinguishable to the human mind that there's a time gap between action A and action B. And if that time gap is too close, they're just going to call you both out. And you as the attacker or the defender, you might be right. I shot him first. You need an appreciable time gap.
Absolutely. And, you know, one thing Dave Baines taught me is you have 2 seconds to argue your thing. But the thing is, depending on the ref, if you say one word, minor. Right. It depends. You have to play your cards very, very well, and it's a big risk.
All right, All-Stars on your left, down by 1 point.
All-Stars looking for that move up the middle.
All-Stars are going to lose their snake player, though. He's very resistant to leaving.
Is he hurt? I hope he's okay.
Yeah, I think you're right. He's got a knee problem.
Look good.
Right knee problem.
Ooh.
Hate to see that.
Is that Todd? I hope that's not Todd.
All-Star losing another player up the middle of
Oof,
that break. Now losing
disastrous for the All-Stars.
Good Lord.
That does look like it's Todd limping off.
Yeah,
I hope he gets better.
Todd Boyer limping off.
You know, that's the heart of All-Stars.
Okay, he's saying it's a cramp. So maybe a little bit of dehydration catching up with players now.
Hey, drink your pickle juice, eat your bananas. We need that potassium in there.
That's right, pickle juice. First time I saw players wandering around staging areas, drinking literally an industrial-sized jar of pickle
That's me.
juice.
I'm that guy.
I was like, what the hell is going on here? Okay.
The electrolytes, all the salts, it's so, when you're just dousing yourself in just water all day, you know, the salts is just so good for your body.
But buffalo wings also have salt. That's my
That's
solution.
valid, you know. How do I argue with that? How do I argue with that? Sounds like we're getting buffalo wings after
yeah,
this.
that's where we're headed.
But here we go, back to BR Factory and Texas Demolition.
All right, tied up 1-1, 12 and a half of the clock. Tripled up at home for BR Factory.
Oh yeah, they want to make sure they're hitting their shots off the break. And that spot right there, to that fill out to that can, that's a very, when people keep their guns up, that is a very hard spot to make.
Yeah. All right, BR Factory, they're really conservative breakout, but they're making their secondary, so it's not really going to matter. Honestly, getting out to that Dorito corner is kind of an unusual feat on this field.
I agree. I think it has a decent angle for some defense, but I mean we're seeing a run through by BR Factory, untouched with the spin around. Oh,
he's uncertain whether to hit the buzzer or not.
He's like, hey yo,
he might get shot by his own team.
I got him. BR Factory player puts his hands up in the air and says, guys, I got it. Relax, don't.
That was crazy.
Mosey on back to the pits, boys.
He was more surprised than anybody else in the field that he was still alive.
Yeah, he did the spinaroo.
He's like, what?
And he's like, oh, that guy, you want some too? Got him in the back.
What is going on?
What a great run! What a great run through that player. What number is that? Is that number 32?
That is Ronnie Tyner, number 32, with a great run through.
Hey, great job, Ronnie.
That should not work on this field because there's so much middle play on this field. You should have guns looking for run through.
100%. And if you don't, it's gonna happen. That little gap between the big two bricks, that is not that hard of a bump to make.
No.
Especially, I mean, if someone gets through it unseen, you really can crawl all the way to their snake too.
Yes.
And just absolutely eat. That's a hard thing to do, especially in semi-pro, but it can be done.
So in practice, just as kind of an experiment, fat old slow me, I ran to their brick, and then honestly, I could have just kept crawling. I think you can, on the breakout, end up in their snake wedge essentially within about 5 seconds of the breakout.
Well, absolutely. BR Factory did that to us, and we were not expecting it.
Yep.
Right?
Oh, that is correct.
Right. We were not expecting that. We're like, all right, sweet. Now we know. In the vault, ready for it.
That's a hell of a mental checkoff to keep active, though. I mean, you just do not expect an enemy player at your 30-yard lines in the first 10 seconds.
Yeah, it's quick. And, I mean, you're just seeing them flash through these gaps to where, you know, if you're not shooting, I would say sometimes lanes are like a number of 4, like 1, 2, 3, 4. If you shoot 1 and 2, you're going to miss. You got to go 1, 3, or 2 and 4, or else you're gonna miss that shot. It's just so fast. Back to All-Stars and Distortion. Distortion, snake off the break.
Uh-oh. All right, Wildside Distortion up 2-0 with 10.5 on the clock.
Yeah, All-Stars are looking for that move, but they got that. Oh man, he dropped his gun, so he got him onto their side.
All right, clean call for Wildside Distortion out of the snake.
Oh, this guy wants to go get him bad.
There it is.
Oh, here comes. Oh, he said it. Hey, yo. Great move, great trade out. Dang, he said, ow, dude, why you push me? Here comes Zach in the 50 snake Rito on the close side. I don't think anybody picked that up. Oh, great shot by Zach.
Nice
Get that
shot.
guy out, definitely.
Oh,
Oh, now Zach gets taken out.
Zach plays a little bit too loose in the victory of that kill.
Now this is where Distortion thrives, where they're up on bodies, they're going to shoot their paint, see you in hopper ball.
So they're also up 2-0. 9.5 on the clock is a lot of time to kill, but
they can just slow down, story time it, have a good time. They're saying 42, which means 4 on 2, so they know the kill count. They know what's going on.
Player with a jump check. I've never seen a ref do a jump check on a player's hopper, but there it is.
That ref is committed. He knows he's good at his job.
He's got good vertical too.
Definitely. That's a tall guy. I don't even think I could see the top of that loader jumping.
Are you allowed to ask players to lean over so you can check them? I gotta say though, this Wildside Distortion player in the can is taking some risks on his gunfighting.
Absolutely. I mean, at that last second, he's at the point to where he's like, hey, they're pushing down, like someone else cover the zone. I gotta give it up.
Yeah.
Right. He's not risk getting shot.
Yeah. Don't keep fighting out into a gun dominant position.
Back to BR Factory and Texas Demolition.
Yep. 12 on the clock, tons of time. 1 point differential is nothing. This is essentially a fresh match.
Absolutely. I mean, in the game of semi-pro that I've learned is 12 minutes. Oh man, that is an eternity of time. You can do so much with that.
Yeah. This is, I believe, a somewhat slow running field, but
I would agree.
Not that slow. Not 12 minutes slow.
We were doing a lot of situationals where it comes to, the low body situations, and it seems to be where you can definitely lock it up.
Yeah.
Texas Demo going short on this snake side, but going to that, the far side tower. You don't see that one taken off the break very often.
That tower's gotten very little traffic this weekend. I think we might have a hopper problem for Texas Demo at home. I see him continually slapping his hopper. Yeah, so Texas Demo with 5 alive, but essentially 4 because their home player is currently disabled with a loader issue.
And you see how calm he's playing? He's just popping up over the top, shooting willy-nilly, right? He know they got the zones locked up. He's kind of that filler body, and now he's like, all right, we lost a body, time to fill it up.
Great refill by Munoz, yeah.
Oh, lost that tower guy. BR Factory definitely in the driver's seat. Besides that middle, Demo does not have very good positions, except they just got out to the snake and snuck out to the snake. But BR Factory definitely knows they're calling it snake, snake, snake.
Taylor Munoz trying to catch that move, does he?
Damn, missed him.
Wow.
It's getting tight for him. It's definitely getting tight.
That could have been for the fact that his hopper isn't feeding correctly. He missed that shot. Now they're attempting to bounce shot Munoz out of that middle brick.
Which
off of the mini can. I don't think works. It's so rare that works. I think it's every back player's dream of the golden bounce shot that kills.
Oh yeah. I got a C in geometry. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm surprised it's actually taking them this long. But BR closing strong, right? You don't want to just run a guy to the middle and potentially miss, and now boom, the body situation is a lot closer than it needs to be.
Munoz backed up by Sands. Munoz again having gun problems. I think he just got clipped.
There we go.
Yeah.
Seems like it's a 2-on-5 in favor of BR Factory.
And you know what? Sands over here is not fully aware of the what's being pushed.
Honestly, the guy in the snake, he seems to sneak in there and nobody knows. He's about to get a free kill.
Free kill.
Binky. There we go.
Nice work. All right, stabilizing the situation. That 50 wedge is still hot though on the Dorito side. No, 2 of them walking out at the same time.
Here comes the highway move from BR Factory. Ooh. Yeah, I would have gave it to him anyway.
Yeah.
Let's get some grit. Let's get some grit out here, right?
I think Hull is a little pissed that he didn't get that bunker. Tyler Hull ran the whole field and doesn't
Hey,
get
but
to
strong move on them. The only mistake that BR Factory made is they didn't see the guy sneak into the snake, and they were able to shoot that guy that was far up on the Dorito side. So, or I guess their snake. But BR Factory looking very, very strong in this match.
Unfortunately for Texas Demo, a pivotal moment of that match was Munoz missing that shot, moving from D3 up to the D wedge. And again, I think that's because his hopper is malfunctioning.
Yeah,
I
that's rough. I mean,
because he was positioned, he knew that he set up a trap, he knew where the move was coming from, and he just couldn't connect.
Absolutely, and my coach, if I run out there with a non-working loader, oh, I'm hearing it.
Yeah, right.
Allstars with the snake off the break.
Oh, good
Ooh,
bump
shot on the top of the head.
Yeah, visor hit. 1 off for both teams, so 4-4. Now 4-3 advantage for Allstars. Wildside loses their snake. However, looks like Allstars lose one of their Dorito side, so we're 3-on-3.
Yep. Distortion just found the Allstars guy in the snake. They know he's there. No longer sneaky. Good comms, but Distortion losing another body on that snake side.
All right, so I think for Distortion, we have Snake Dorito, Home, and Mini Temple on Dorito side.
I mean, they're working into that 50 snake on the far side.
Wow, they are into that wedge. He's going to cross.
Oh, look, no one's seeing it. No one's. Oh.
Did he run right through Hare's gun? No, Hare did not get him.
There we go.
Repositioning. Actually, multiple players repositioning to be safer from
now
that Dorito.
Now they're living behind their gun at this point.
No, he's
I mean, Hara's in a better position to where they don't know where he is anymore.
He's got that brick as a blocker between the two of them.
Ooh. Playing behind his gun, down the wire.
He is running out of bunker to hide behind. Oh, that's it. Wildside loses a body going empty, an empty bunker. It's not going to matter. Allstars losing their snake player. That should be it. There it is.
All right, Distortion with a very strong point. They lost their whole snake side at that point, and they just kept flooding it with 2 more.
Yeah.
Right? So, I mean, good for them.
Great movement up that side. To that snake 50 wedge was a great movement. All right, thanks to Hornets Nest Extreme for sponsoring this podcast. They are in New York. If you have a chance, go check out their field. I personally am aware that they have a 10-man coming up, 10-man mech coming up at their field.
That sounds awesome.
My team is talking about it, making the drive. Hornets Nest, you may see us.
What team are you playing for right now, Matt?
Anti-Heroes. We're just a mech regional New England team. We're talking about traveling. We've had success locally, but it's local, you know, and it's a lot of like me, kind of middle-aged. We have some younger, but it's.
You know, the whole thing about local, I mean, look at it in California. WC is local, and that is a great
high
league,
level,
you know,
yeah.
right? I think the local level is a great way to fine-tune your skills.
At 50 years old, my dream of playing pro ball is gone.
That's why you got to play pro 10-man. You know, I believe in you.
I appreciate that. That's a bad bet, Hatch, but I appreciate it.
They love hopping over that beam.
BR Factory, 3-1 over Texas, 9 minutes on the clock. 5 alive for BR Factory.
If this middle guy is able to catch him. Oh, there we go, calling out the middle bunker that he's at. BR Factory knows where the crucial body is up the middle. Will they capitalize on it? Oh man, they are hammering a bounce shot to get the snake guy.
Yeah, in my head, I'm trying to see what's BR Factory's next move here. I think their only next move is probably moving up the middle to that brick. I feel like their mini temple on the Dorito side is a bit stuck. He's under a lot of pressure. So BR Factory's going to have to sink in a little bit here, win a gunfight, or catch somebody being sloppy in a move, and then try to finish it out.
I mean, honestly, BR Factory, they're up 2. They just gotta chill and just be like, all right, lock it up. Like, they gotta come to us.
8 minutes on the clock. They got a 2-point lead. That's going to be a lot of story time to kill.
The guy in the far side temple bounced. The paintball for purpose temple definitely got bounced in the arm. That's a lucky ball.
Well, sometimes when you're in the temple, the gods favor you. So
definitely, for sure.
All right. Texas Demo doesn't have to take stupid risks yet, but they are losing a lot of clock. If they lose this point, they're going to be down by a 3-point differential with a tough clock situation. So for Texas Demo, this isn't a full-on we must win, but boy, it gets really dicey if they can't win this point.
Absolutely. Demolition needs to switch the momentum around by getting a gunfight kill or 2.
And I mean, I would say by body language, BR Factory is playing defensive.
Oh yeah, they're looking to chill. Now they're getting to the point where they're setting up in the snake side, right? Oh, nice, great kill for BR Factory, getting it on Demolition's back snake guy. When you get it on the back guy, that is way less support for the front guy. And especially if they don't know and he's like, hey, where you at, bro? he's dead. You know, if you ain't talking, shooting, or moving, you're losing.
When you don't hear anything back, you know it's bad.
Yeah, BR Factory's at the point where they're like, all right, time to chill out. Let me just sit here, shoot my shot. Tactical retreat in the snake by BR Factory.
That's Povo doing a little bit of a drop back.
Demolition seems to be on their heels a little bit for this match, trying to figure out the timing on when to launch and when to get a kill, but
I'd like to see the demo snake player being a little bit exploratory. He's got to start looking for different angles, different options, bump up to the Dorito, maybe move sideways. They've got to find a solution to crack this defensive wall that BR Factory has set up.
yes, and I'm pretty sure this BR Factory snake guy and the snake Rito right here, judging by the geometry, he's looking for the move for Demolition to go onto their side of the field, and he is ready for it. He's posted, waiting on it.
Extremely patient. That's Ronnie Tyner.
Up, he's like, all right, got to back off for a second. Bounce shot's coming in hot. Yep.
That is a bounce shot that actually is extremely harassing to this snake Dorito.
Absolutely.
I
see all
haven't
the
seen
shells, all you see the shell on top of his head,
Yeah.
going everywhere.
I haven't seen a kill from it yet, but it's you cannot
It's
ignore it.
viable.
All right, look at how much time is peeled off the clock. If you're BR Factory, this is kind of winning even at a tie
Rev checking
situation.
on the Dorito side for Demolition. Demolition sneaks into the Dorito 1.
At the same time, Demo goes the inside snake wedge.
Oh, actually, honestly, Demo has a really good setup right now. There's a guy in the Doritos. He is not spotted. Nobody's looking his way.
He makes his
Nobody is looking his way.
bump into D2 now.
If he gets up and shoot, if he gets up one more bunker and maybe shoots this middle juice box, magic can be made.
Ronnie Tyner seems to sense the Dorito push. He asked for Povo to get back on the wire and keep his gun out there.
Ooh, I heard
Bounce?
that. There we go.
No.
That was the Dorito guy. Look at this. The Dorito guy sneaking in. They have no idea. Who's yelling, get out over there? That might be the other field.
So Povo
Honestly,
locked.
if Demolition can manage to get this point, this could be a huge potential momentum shift.
Tyner looking cross, definitely trying to catch a gap runner, which might be occurring. Here it is. Tyner missed that move.
Oh man, that bounce shot really got the BR Factory. Got to watch a different zone to where it didn't see that middle move. Demolition patiently playing possum, trying to check for this BR Factory player in the snake. I don't want to speak too loud because you know the good players will hear. You know, this is some good textbook paintball where, I mean, look at Demolition. They are all spread across middle, Dorito, snake. Oh, there's four guys alive for Demolition. I didn't even see that guy.
Oh, Steven's going to get a check in the middle.
Ooh, clean. That's a rough bounce.
Povo still locked on the tape. Tyner locked cross.
Ooh, the switch is coming big. This is a big gunfight. Ooh, jinkies.
Tyner's going to take a walk.
Oh, huge kill down the wire for Demolition. Middle juice box switching. Bad timing on the middle juice box. Jinkies got him. That's a trade. And then he gets the Dorito corner.
I think. Oh no, that's
Major.
a major.
They still have a body to pull. One-on-one. Guy in the Dorito cruising down the Doritos.
He's not aware of Povo.
One-on-one.
He doesn't know Povo's alive.
Oh my goodness. He said, oh shit, bro. Oh, dude.
Wow.
Gosh darn it.
Wow.
That is a rough one for the Texas Demolition player. He thought it was all wrapped up.
Do you want to know the genius thing that Povo just did? Very subtle. Povo saw that player from from Demo walking down the Dorito side. He waited. He knew that he didn't see him. Povo knew that he hadn't been spotted. He waited until he got into a nice, clear, open space and then lit him up. Because if he'd shot too early, that Demo player could have jumped behind that mini brick in the Dorito corner and turned it into a real gunfight one-on-one.
Yes, and you don't want, I mean, look where he is in the snake. You do not want to be gunfighting on your knees like that.
Do you understand the discipline it takes to not take a low percentage shot and wait for the high percentage shot?
Yeah, he's like in Call of Duty, he's got iron lung, you know, holding the breath, holding the scope.
Are you saying he's hacking? Does he have wall hacks on?
You know, maybe that's how we saw him going down. You never know, dude. What kind of enhancements we got going on right now?
But that is an ambush predator right there. Povo, great, smart, non-shooting till the right time.
I mean, he was playing that entire point, basically head down in the snake, kind of watching the wire a little bit.
All right, here we go. Wildside Distortion up 4-0 on Allstars. Allstars got to look for a lot of solutions in 7 minutes.
And this is what Distortion's really good at, playing pocket, laying on their guns.
Distortion making their first bump into this mini wall.
Ooh, Allstars onto their side. Oh, they know he's there. They definitely know he's there. They are pumping that. The thing is, now what they got to do is they got to capitalize on it. But see, here it is.
A run through.
Like,
it works and clean.
Like, the big problem is like...
Oh, and a counter bunker.
Great counter bunker. Huge move. There we go. There we go. Big move. Is this Horror right here? Great move by him.
This is a potential backbreaker right here. If he can get his gun up.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
God,
ring around a Rosie at the perfect time. Wow. Wow, what did we just watch?
Yeah, great job with eyes up from Distortion, seeing that inside move, because, man, that could have been a death sentence if nobody saw him.
Do you think Hogue knew that he was there? Or
Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
What timing. Hogue is now going to push down the Dorito side and just start doing damage.
Yep, now the snake guy has no idea. He's about to catch it. Boom, done to kill the snake. So is that 5-0?
Yeah, Distortion is going to mercy this one out for All-Stars. Rough match for All-Stars. What, I mean, if you're All-Stars in that little bunker ring around the Rosie, like, what do you have to do to win a game, man?
What I would say is realistically, so the thing is, the first guy went into their side. He got unseen at first, and then they see him, they're shooting at him. Dude, you got to get in there. I mean, I don't know. I'm not in that exact scenario. Maybe get down, crawl, right? Exactly what the second guy did. But if the first guy does that, react off that chaos, right? Because as soon as they found out he was in their side of the big brick, they immediately sent a guy to go get him. Immediately.
Yeah. I think teams are evolving and getting smarter about bunkering out the middle bricks. It's a relatively easy trade out, and the teams are getting more aggressive. Hey, thanks to one of our sponsors, Carbon Paintball, Zero Goggles up on stream. We just had Brent here a couple matches ago showing us off the DRV loader. Go check it out. Not ready for sale yet. It'll be ready in the fall. If you're looking for the DRV loader, you go pick up Zero Goggles right now if you want them. That was wild.
What a great match. I love seeing this. I mean, obviously the score doesn't dictate the pace of the game. Yeah. It seems like every single point has been close, right? But Distortion seemed to have come out on top, making a little bit of the smarter decisions, reading, reacting the field a little bit better, capitalizing on the huge bunkers, right? It seems like they were playing that game very, very well. Textbook by Distortion.
All right, rolling back out, BR Factory versus Texas Demo. By the way, BR Factory coming in first place overall to this event. If they can follow up with another strong finish, say top 5, they're in an excellent position to maybe get a pro spot by the end of the year.
Absolutely.
It would need a real nosedive, either event or World Cup to prevent it at that point.
I mean, you never know. World Cup, if it's double points,
that's
right?
true.
That's like
huge things can happen.
With double points, even if the third place wins, something crazy can happen.
All right, Demo into the snake off the break, doubled up at home. They're down by 3 points. They got 3 minutes on the clock.
Oh, yeah, they got to go. This guy's got to go quick.
Yeah, 3 minutes and 3 points, that's a lot to ask.
Ooh. I think he shot his paintball out of the air. That was so close.
As far as winning this match, Texas Demo is not being aggressive enough to win 3 points in the 3 minutes.
I agree.
Right
when you get into this snake Rito right here, I think you have a millisecond of not being seen to get to that big to that big slanted wedge, and that's kind of your best bet.
Yeah, absolutely correct. Demo's going to lose their first player off the back line at home. Yeah, and the clock is just bleeding off, slowly strangling Demo's chance of winning this match. We're now approaching 2 minutes. They're down by 3 points.
Yeah, 2 minutes, 15 seconds, and 3 points. You know, that's a tall order to do, but it is not impossible. It's been done before. It can be done. But obviously, it depends on recognition. Poor ref getting blasted, checking the player in the paintball for purpose bunker.
Doing his job.
It's a great ref right there, taking pain, still calling him out.
So for Demo at this point, the match is completely gone. It's under 2 minutes. The best you can do is try to hopefully narrow that point differential and that it works in your favor later on during playoff tiebreakers.
I mean, when you're down this many points, sometimes it's kind of like, all right, maybe we should try something new, right?
Yeah. Yeah, it's really freeing as a coach when you're down when the match is out of hand. Oh, Lopez tries to make his bump, gets picked up.
Like, I wonder if he could have made that bump a little bit earlier, like right when he got into the snake Vito, right off the start.
Yep, but by pausing, he let BR Factory set up a trap for him.
Ooh.
Oh, blown up. BR Factory not content to just sit this one out and wait for time. Will Demo towel out, or are they just going to let it go?
Mike McGowan walking up on the buzzer. Buzzer push by Mike McGowan. I've heard a lot of great things about his paintball field.
He's dancing for the ref, getting a check.
I mean, that was a great point. I would be dancing too, honestly.
Yeah, I did not expect BR Factory to do that late game push there. I mean, they have everything to lose by just not waiting out for the clock.
Absolutely. I mean, they could have, put on the Python pasta and just made the other guys eat it, right? Just, continuing the squeeze.
That is an interesting turn of a phrase, Mr. Hatch.
You ever been to a Rainforest Cafe? That's my dish right there, Python pasta.
I was not aware of that. All right, well, thank you to our sponsors. You're what makes this broadcast possible. And if you're home watching this for free, thanks for being with us. And check out some of our sponsors. These are the guys that help keep the league running and help keep this webcast running. So thank you.
Without our Paintball Patriots, man, none of this would be possible.
Yeah.
When it comes to all the backscene things that Tom Cole's doing, all the guys at the live stream on the semi-pro field, this is work, and it is not a job that is done by itself. Right? This is something where you got to wake up and be passionate about it. So, hey, Matt, we thank you for everything you do.
Thanks for letting me be up here and talk my nonsense. Despite what you feel as a player when you have to open your wallet, nobody's getting rich running the sport. So
absolutely
thank you to these sponsors that are helping make this happen.
Right, I'm on a podcast that makes sense. Right, like not like makes sense, but like makes sense.
Sense. We're literally operating on a penny's budget.
Sense. C-N-T-S. Sense.
We're begging the ref crew for their lunch leftovers after this is over.
Oh yeah, and honestly, shout out to these referees. It's getting hot out here. We ref our local field to CEPL, but man, this is a different game. And when everybody's trying to cheat, Matt. Everybody is trying.
Yeah.
Right. And these refs are on it. Especially, I like the iteration of the ref on the ladder. I think that gets a lot of angles that are easily overseen.
That is Jason up on the ladder. He's our head ref, on-field head ref.
Jason is killing it.
Yep.
Absolutely. Is he the one with the accent?
Most of the ref crew has an accent, but yes, he has a British accent.
Oh yeah, British accent.
British or Scottish. I got to be really careful because if he's Scottish and I just called him British, he's going to find me and murder me.
Yeah, make sure you check your tanks or your bottles out of date.
Yeah.
Oh, that guy's get him out.
Smoked in the arm.
That paint looked vivid right there. They're shooting HK. That was awesome.
All right, Texas Demo with 60 seconds to come up with something, at least a pride point here.
Yep. Like, go, bro, go.
They're pushing it. Oh, they lose their middle. Now they push up the tower. No one goes that tower.
Yeah, my main thing is what's stopping them from, really crawling,
No, don't run sideways.
I just feel like if they were crawling, maybe not running so big body, I feel like they would be able to make those moves without being seen.
That felt, and I mean no disrespect, like a back player unused to finishing out a 60-second point, running sideways in the open against a team that's on defense.
One thing I cannot knock, though, is absolutely dying on your sword.
Yeah.
One of the cardinal sins in paintball is being alive when there's no time left, right? And always push it. All right, and it seems like BR Factory's taking the win over Texas Demolition, and Distortion is mercy ruling KC Missouri Allstars. Those were great matches, honestly. The score does not dictate how close those matches were.
They were a lot of fun to watch. I hope you had fun at home watching that one. All right, well, that is going to wrap up that match. I've been very, very lucky to be joined by Steve.
Absolutely, man.
Thank you so much
for having me.
Who's your next game?
We play either Shut Up or Trying, Demolition, or I don't even know, bro. I'm not even that guy.
Right.
I'm just the guy that goes out there and sometimes shoots some people.
Just go kill people.
That's a famous quote that a wise man once told me, stabbers don't get stabbed. Just like with Texas Demolition, right? You always want to go down on your sword, make sure you're fighting swinging, and you never want to be punked out by yourself, right?
There's Hatch closing it out with a Charles Manson quote. Stabbers don't get stabbed.
Right? It's a mindset. It's a lifestyle you got to live.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to take a break, and we'll come back with some more NXL action. Thank you so much.